How are you feeling? You got John Rigg'd here, and I am back from a video game con called AVGC. It took place in Secaucus, New Jersey, the town I thought was pronounced Secaucus, New Jersey, until I heard people from Secaucus, New Jersey call it Secaucus, New Jersey. And when I went there, it was a wonderful experience. I want to show you what I saw briefly on the convention floor, and I also grabbed a few pickups. Now, I went into this convention telling myself, I'm not really looking for anything. If I see a couple, maybe a GameCube game or a Famicom Disk System game, I might pick it up, but I'm not coming back with a whole bunch of stuff. And that was my famous last words, because I came back with a literal suitcase full of stuff. So I'll show you my pickup video right after we head over to Secaucus and check out some of the cool stuff I saw at this awesome, awesome video game convention, a video game con. Here we go. Good luck, man. A video game con in Secaucus, New Jersey. My first time here. Oh, that's not true. I was here before once. I was here in New Jersey, but it was a work seminar, Trump Towers. My entire weekend was planned. This is just here, video games, having fun. Got my free one-up cards that I'm handing out, and I should have got a manicure before I showed you that. I'm going to show you around a little bit while I'm here. All right, got my man Brett here, and he has an excellent find from a local pawn shop.
Retro game store.
Retro game store. All right, what'd you find?
Well, I found myself Mega Man water board.
With the Rigg'd seal of approval there, apparently someone bought my game and traded it into the
Ran to the store.
but you found it. All right, that's hilarious. I don't know. That's I should be honored, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, it's made into my hand, so.
Yeah, see, that's something, right?
Yeah.
That's something. Now, that's about the coolest thing ever. This is from Virtual 42. Wow. Dude. They brought these Japanese arcade machines in. Okay, I'm not even sure what this is. What? Insane. Too funny. Bunch of candy caps too. What are they playing? Oh, there it is. Big old projection screen. Nice. Well, they have unlimited refills of it's like a root beer and whatnot. He's gonna go for the challenge here. Day 2. I didn't get much footage yesterday. Too busy stuff. But I want to walk around a little bit, see what we can find. And I love stuff like this because this is the kind of stuff I can bring home to my girls. I'm not a complete jerk. Find a bunch of stuff for myself. Oh, the ramen, I'm telling you. We got James off back there. Can you read again, nerd? Cool guy. Splat Doom. That's awesome. Got Square Painter up in this. He's not even around right now. Always the cool stuff though, man. Support the cows, you know what I'm saying? Good stuff for sure. Love that King Hippo down there. So whenever you see stuff like this, good stuff here, check the bottom here. Find gold down there, buddy, I'm telling you. Oh, what? Yo. I used to love stuff like that. That's so cool. Not something you see every day. It's an ancient relic now, good lord. Nice.
Oh, these are adorable too.
You like those?
These are really
Only
nice.
$5. Yeah, go for it.
These are a magnet.
Yeah, maybe.
Have them on there in the back.
I like these controller mounts. That was a good idea. That's a fun idea.
Oh, $10 for the set. Free center mat. I might buy that set. That's cute. That's a cute set.
It is, really is.
Hey, look, it's that guy.
It's this guy.
It's this guy.
That guy.
From that thing.
From that thing. I was just going to say, you don't often see turbo games out in the wild anymore. That's good news for me.
That's why I brought TurboGrafx and wrestling figures, because nobody else will have them.
Video games and wrestling, I'm telling you. I know all the classics. They're all, oh, there's even a couple more that weren't here yesterday, maybe.
And if John Rigg'd sees one that he doesn't have, he can just have it.
Well, I don't have any of them,
Well, if there's
so I will see you later.
If there's one that's special to your heart,
Okay.
feel free to, my friend.
I don't know, George the Animal Steel, maybe. Greg Valentine, he's a Seattle guy. This Paul Orndorff, who's this one? That's a Terry Funk. So cool. Insane. Now, Video Game Trading Post doing something cool. They're doing raffles for kiosks. That's awesome. Check out the kiosks. What do you got? Xbox 360, I'm telling you. $10. $10. We pay cash for games. I'll just bring in the games I'm selling and take them. I like this little inlet area here. Look at this. Yo. It's like you were just walking through like a little, it's like walking through like a little shop all of a sudden. This is all right. An Earthworm Jim lunchbox? What? No. Ah. Dude, and there's the other one. It's on the PlayStation 3 kiosk. Yeah, it's covered, man. This is all right. I can dig this. All right, now that's not something you see all the time. That is awesome. Yo. I'm very tempted. It's $150. I'm so tempted to get that anyway, though. That looks so awesome. Pac-Man got something stuck in his teeth there. Good. Now this might be the best thing I've seen at any of the conventions. I've never seen anyone doing exactly this.
It's super helpful, you know?
And $2 each? I go,
Yeah.
super helpful. Gets you exactly
Especially
what
if
you
you
need.
find like one of the cool, like the
because they're always missing,
special
man.
color ones
Yeah.
at like a garage sale or something. It's
Right.
Like, oh,
I know.
so handy.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, we got a lot of people who buy those. We're so excited.
Yeah.
Another thing is
I
the
don't-
adapter bits. That's another thing. If you, I keep seeing people go, oh my god, I need this.
Yeah, well, you can hook up your Atari through a coax or something,
Yep.
you know? So that, and then of course you can never go wrong with these.
Oh yeah.
Gotta have these. In fact, I think I literally used the one I got from you guys.
Yeah, awesome. Happy to help.
I ordered it online.
Yeah.
And on that note, look at that handsome face.
Hey, look at that guy.
Look at that handsome face. Along with Charles Martinet, who's the voice of Dr. Eggman. We've got Nintendo. Joe Granato's going to be there too. Love the fact that Sid's going to be there. Are you kidding me? He was my favorite when I was growing up, man. For GameCon coming up. November 3rd and 4th, I'll be there. 16th. Looking forward to it. What's the big thing in Syracuse? What's the food I? But I'm always looking for like the unique food, you know.
It's the SU town, so like you know the big basketball community. And,
Right.
You know, it's a college town.
Sure.
Best brunch place you could go is Modern Malt. They have amazing breakfast. They have like fruity pebbles encrusted French toast.
Oh, I'm down.
They
Oh,
have like lobster Benedict, and it's all like affordable. Like you know,
All
it's
right.
a good sit-down restaurant price.
Nice.
And then a lot of the bars have really good food too. And there's
All right.
you know just a wide variety. And there's like Armory Square is the one main area downtown where you can get thousands
Whatever
of
you want,
restaurants
man.
in the one spot. A lot of places where like Man vs. Food and Guy Fieri went and
Yeah.
stuff. So yeah.
all right. Looking
We'll
forward
have
to it.
selection.
Oh yeah.
Can't wait to have you.
Yeah, I have. I think I'm all caught up now. I think.
Did I show you the stuff where? Yeah, I think it is.
Oh yeah. Looking forward to it. New book coming out soon, but yeah, these guys are always awesome. That Famicom one's a super savior. Now this is Logjammer's Steam coming out soon. There'll be a Kickstarter for it. I was playing this last night. Super fun game. Oh, you know, you can see it looks very inspired. Look, yeah, we were playing it last night. Got super action packed. So awesome. Now, this game looks super smooth. This game looks way smooth. Called Blast Zone. Blast Zone. Crazy. Oh man. Alright. Watch what this game does. It'll blow your mind. I'm using a nunchuck down here. Alright. Watch this. D's set up here. These D's set up here. Free play, by the way. These are all free. No quarters needed. We'll find stuff like this too. Yeah, if you want to play the classics, there you go. This is all free play stuff. Got Saturn, got Sega CD. Man, what do you want to play? PlayStation 2, Nintendo 64. There's some console tournaments as well. Super awesome. There you go. Some of that anyway. Oh man. Oh man. Yeah. Yeah, you see what happens when they don't just release the thing that you want? They turn on you, I'm telling you. Watch this. That's so fluid. Dude, that's perfect. And out of all the video games here, this is one of the first Switch games I've seen. The import, $20, actually not bad. I actually don't have this yet. I was almost hoping to see more Switch games. I know Switch has been out for a year now, over a year. But people aren't selling their Switch stuff yet, man. I've got a couple of games, a couple of limited edition stuff that I actually wrapped. Little trivia here. Have you ever noticed that is not a level in Super Mario Brothers? You will not find that level in Super Mario Brothers. It doesn't exist. Not in Mario 3 anyway. You know, I was looking at the stuff in this case over here. I kept hearing this weird sound. You hear that in the background? This little like doop doop. It brought my attention to over here, which brought my attention to right there. That's crazy. Oh man. Famicom Disk System. A couple of these I don't even have yet. Holy moly. But this Roger Rabbit game is not our Roger Rabbit. This game is our Bugs Bunny's Crazy Castle. Good stuff in here, man. Kid Icarus has the same on it. Hey, who's this? Do not turn it off. What do you have? Here, what do you have? Jared, show. What is it?
Mayo.
Who's this?
Mayo.
Say thank you, David.
Thank you,
David. Okay. And I'm gonna kick it off too with that plush Mario pickup. That was from my buddy David to Jaren. Man, it was cool running into him finally. He's one of those guys that, you know, we've kind of been chatting online for a while. We both have similar situations in our personal life. And man, he was just you know, drove me around. We checked out Digital Press, New York. We went to Nintendo of New York and all that too. Super cool guy, and a big thank you personally from me to him for just taking the time out and driving me around and just hanging out generally. And a big thanks to everybody who stopped by my table, whether you bought something or not, whether I just, you know, I handed you a one-up card or something like that. That's what I love going to conventions for, is just, you know, meeting these people that I talk with online all the time, and it's a huge hangout session. You know, good news for me for sure. All right, let's get to the pickups. Now, picking it up, of course, it's not just retro games too. I'm still into like current gaming too. And one thing I missed out on was the Flashback Collector's Edition for the Switch, and I was like, I don't really need it. I like the game a lot. The Super Nintendo looking case and all that's fine, but it's like I never ended up picking it up. Well, they had one on the show floor, so I grabbed myself the Flashback Collector's Edition. I'll open it up here in a second. You know, it gave me something to play on my flight back too. So inside, not only get the Switch game physical, but you also get a huge instruction manual, something you don't really see in Switch games anymore. So I'm dropping everything on the ground. And of course, the highlight is this very cool metal tin case that also holds your Switch game if you wanna rock that route. Very cool to have. So and not only that, I was looking at this game too, but right next to it was a game called Dimension Drive, which is a very fun shmup. It's both screens are happening at the same time, and you switch your plane from this thing to this thing and to battle different enemies, and they had on there too. So I was able to grab both of them for a great deal, so thank you so much. This one comes with the game manual, soundtrack, art book, certificate, East Asia Soft doing very good things for physical Switch games, and I'm a big fan of that for sure. Of course, me, huge breakfast cereal fan. I couldn't go without my Mega Man cereal. It's funny, I actually had this pre-ordered through GameStop. They canceled my pre-order, but somebody was selling them there for basically at cost. So I was able to get my my Mega Man cereal, man. I'm super excited about this. I got to check out some of the other Funko cereals too. In fact, we did a Funko cereal video on the Cuphead one as well as the Freddy Krueger one. So if you missed out that video, check that out right about there. You know, So ever since I picked up that Eon GameCube adapter to play GameCube games in HDMI, I've been beefing up my GameCube collection a little bit. Not looking for every game, but just at least some of the great games that I remember playing when I was growing up. I was already like in my 20s when the GameCube came out. But, but the games that I really, really enjoyed for the GameCube, I'm kind of rebuying those again. Or if I rented them back in the day, if I find them for a great deal, I'm going to grab them. So, Def Jam Vendetta, I have it for the PlayStation 2. Super, super fun wrestling title, believe it or not. If you're a huge wrestling game fan, No Mercy. It uses the same Aki engine as No Mercy for the 64. So if you didn't know, make sure you check out Def Jam Vendetta. I also wanted to grab Resident Evil, a classic, can't go wrong. GameCube now. Something to play it on. And then Donkey Kong Jungle Beat, which I didn't have because I didn't have the bongo controllers. And he was selling them as a set, so I finally got these. The first time I've ever used these, the first time I've ever played with these. I actually have a set of these now. It did not come with Donkey Konga, but at Digital Press, they had Donkey Konga, so I grabbed that when I was in town. It was an absolute pleasure to share a table along with my buddy Reggie, John Hancock, and then Leonard Herman. Now, Leonard Herman, if you're not familiar, wrote the book on video game history. And when I say the book on video game history, I mean this many pages of video game history. This is Phoenix 4. This is the 4th revision. Still updating it. I got the paperback version because it's easier for me to hold on to. Now, the hardback version goes all the way up to the Switch. But this one, I mean, starts with just back in the day. Where I mean, it goes even earlier than all that, too. And then it's just like stats, figures, statistics. This is the perfect book for, I mean, what are you thinking about? What do you know? What kind of statistics and stats and all the other things that you're looking for? A great reference guide. I've heard about this book for a long, long time, and this is it. This is the it. Of as far as books are concerned. I might do a video on this by itself later on, but in the meantime, I also have links to this and the other books I'm about to show you in the comments below and in the description as well. And the other books I'm about to show you is from a buddy Kurt, Hardcore Gaming 101. I had about half of the books that Hardcore Gaming 101 has released. I had about half of them, but not all of them. But they were there selling the other ones I didn't have. So I also grabbed, this one just came out, this is the NES Cult Classics. You're talking about games like Kabuki Quantum Fighter and stuff like that. You're going to find it in this one. This one here, this is the Retro Game Super Translation Selection. Not just like English, I have another book on that, but also just like translation differences, things of that nature, where it's like, well, here's why they had to translate certain things a certain ways. Super, super fascinating to me, especially me, a huge import gamer. Can never go wrong with Castlevania. It's one of the best series of all time. And this book is all about Castlevania, the different games, screenshot. Well, why am I telling you when I can just literally open it up to any random page and just show you screenshots, a little bit about the game, you know, taking you back to, again, Hardcore Gaming 101 does awesome, awesome, awesome books. These are the Konami shooters here. Konami, one of the kings of the shoot-em-ups here. There's Nemesis, great Game Boy game, kind of like the from the Gradius series. You also have some of the Twin Bee characters and stuff like that. And I did not have Sega Arcade Classics Volume 2. I had Volume 1. Now I have Volume 2, which features such games as... Hang on. It features such games as... Oh, here's a good one. Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. You know, stuff like that. So, big fan of Hardcore Gaming 101. I was able to find, man, all of these books, and there's still even a couple more I didn't have. But, you know, save those for another convention for another time. Let me go through these first, and then I'll figure out those ones later. While we're in town... My wife's dancing in the background. Now, before I get to my final pickup, I was flying out of JFK. We stopped by the Nintendo store for the first time. I got the video footage, the tour. If you want to check out that video, make sure you do. Please do. But while I was there, I couldn't leave empty-handed, right? So, on David's recommendation, I picked up Yoku's Island Express. Yoku's Island Express. I'm not a big fan of Sonic Spinball, but... it plays like a good version of Sonic Spinball. It has the pinball elements, but also the cute, very Nintendo-y, cartoony, cutie looking graphics, and Metroidvania, where it actually shows you the map and you gotta go over here and do stuff, but with pinball mechanics. It's actually pretty crazy, but I was able to play it on my flight home. Super, super fun game. Highly recommended. And then I couldn't not walk out of there with this shirt. Super, super comfy material. Now, my buddy Gary was there, the Nerd Tender, and he does mixed drinks stylized like video games. Super, super amazing channel. You should check it out for sure. I'm not a big like hard alcohol drinker, but his drinks are so pretty. And he had a special gift for me. You got to check this out. This is a pint glass. Put whatever you want in it. It actually has the little the recipes and ingredients for some of his more popular ones. And he has these listed on his channel as well. Make sure you follow him on Twitter and Instagram and all that. But isn't that fantastic? This is like, it's got to be like a one of one, man. Gary, this is super fantastic. Now this is a pipe dream I've wanted to do for a long time. Here's kind of the brief backstory. Now my buddy Alex Upton lives in the area. He's a guy that we've been following each other for a long time. He's helped me with repros. Now when I first started doing repros, I could do NES, but didn't quite understand or grasp Genesis or Super Nintendo repros. He was the guy who helped me get my step in the right direction here, helped me immensely with a lot of great repro help. Super cool guy. Happy that we got to hang out for a little bit, went to lunch and all that. And he's really into 3D printing now. And he's like, if you have anything that you want 3D printed, let me know. And I was like, my buddy Thor sent me the files for kind of a crazy idea. Can you do it? And he came back with this. It is a two-sided NES cart.
Does that actually work?
Well, I haven't put any games in here yet, but I'm going to, and I'll do a video on this later. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to put on Reggie's Radical Adventure on one side, and then
Kelsey's,
and then Kelsey's game on the other side, or Kelsey's game and Kenzie's game, or DuckTales 2. A lot of things you can do with something like this. It reminds me of the old Atari cards, the Xeneon or something like that. It was just one of those like, man, there's enough room for circuit boards to have two things. Now I don't think this will fit into a toaster. However, let me just grab another. So it's slightly bigger, as you can see, slightly bigger than a classic standard size game here. But like a top loader or a clone system, it should work just fine. But this, Alex Upton, I can't thank you enough. And again, a big shout out to my buddy Thor, a good buddy of mine too. He actually came up with the design for it, but I just needed Alex to do the 3D printing for me. So we'll see what we can do with this. Should be a lot of fun. Maybe just use the INL flashboards for testing purposes. You can have two tests on each side or something like that. This is awesome. And that's all I got. Thank you for watching. More videos on the way, and make sure you're subscribed. And if you consider being a Patreon, I'd love it. Bye.